Hello everyone and welcome to my edited highlights video with commentary for the Puma Cup round at Thruxton earlier this year. As you can see from the title card, it was very wet and I drove very badly. This is a little excerpt from qualifying just to show you what the conditions were like. So whilst you feast your eyes on that, let me give you a bit of background on the preparation for this weekend. My good friend Ben Pemberton was meant to be making his debut with us this weekend. Ben and I were going to share the car, so we tested at Castle Combe the day before in fairly mixed conditions, and everything went absolutely fine. It was a bit rainy and a bit wet at Castle Combe, but nothing too bad. But unfortunately Ben had an issue with his Motorsport UK race licence and the paperwork wasn't sorted in time, so I ended up having to do this event on my own. I was gutted for Ben because I know how much he was looking forward to it, but it was also a bit of trepidation for myself because well, I don't really like Thruxton. It's a difficult circuit, it's ridiculously fast, I don't know it very well, and qualifying was an absolute disaster. I came 5th of the 5 cars in the Puma Cup, and I was about 5 seconds off the pace in qualifying. So here we are going to the race. You can see it's dried up a fair bit, but don't let it deceive you. The circuit is actually still quite wet, as you'll see from the other side of the track. Oh, there we go. Mandatory waving to child on the side of the circuit. My good friend Alex Hughes was with his little boy Owen, and you all know the rules. If a child waves at you, you wave back, no question. Thanks for your support, Owen, if you're listening or watching this. Right, so took my grid spot. What's my race plan? I don't know. I just got to try and stick to the back of the pack. I know they're much quicker than me. I know my confidence is bad. So tell you what, let's just get a good start and see what the hell happens from there. Now, getting a good start in the Puma is quite tricky normally because we're quite underpowered compared to the cars around us. But watch this. Where's the lights? There they are. Hit the timer. Go! Go, go, go! Look at that. Flew past the Fiesta, got on the back of Gareth, was going to go around the outside of Gareth, but that Mazda started to get in the way a bit and I had to back off. That was my highlight of the race, so let's watch it again. My reaction was fantastic, and it's just a case of I didn't really have anywhere to go. Because of the natural turn to the right on the start line at Thruxton, everyone's kind of moving over, and you can see the fastest lanes on the inside, but I just can't get over there. And the orange and black Mazda RX-8 just overtook on the left, sort of held me up a little bit, but once he got his foot down, he came right back through. So I'm still 5th in the Puma Cup at this point, despite my amazing start. I didn't manage to make up any places. Now, it's a long race, so I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm going to feel out the grip level, see where we are with things. I'd love to stick with the other Pumas. Oh, someone spun there on the left. I'd love to stick with the other Pumas, but I think they're just too fast for me this weekend. So I'll find out where my pace is, drive round and see what happens. Now, just to explain about why I'm so badly off the pace, it's several reasons. I'm not very good in the wet. I've hardly ever done any wet running. I've taken Woodstock out maybe 3 or 4 times in the rain, and it's a different kettle of fish. Now, the tyre that we run, the Dunlop Duretsa, can be really good in the wet as long as you can get it up to temperature. And getting it up to temperature means pushing. And unfortunately, I just don't have the confidence to push in the wet as things are. And that was what did me in qualifying. There was no temperature in the tyres. And so one of the other reasons I don't like Thruxton is I just don't know the place. This was my first ever day at this track. I've never driven around here, I've never done any testing, I've never had a track day, and I don't have that familiarity like I have with a circuit like Donington. Somewhere like that, I know where the rivers form, I know which curbs you need to avoid, I know where your braking distances are, but here at Thruxton it's such a learning curve, and you could see the different shades of tarmac. You know, look at that there, the 2 shades left and right of the circuit. I'm driving around not knowing if that is a sheen from the water that's still on the track, or whether it's a different surface, so I don't really know where to position my car, and I was just all over the place. Poor tyres, poor setup, no confidence, lack of local knowledge, lack of running, etc. I've speeded up the video here because we're into a safety car zone. One of the tin toppers, it was the white Golf of the Warburton's team. I think you might see it on the right up here in a moment. They had some kind of incident on the first lap, round here on the right hand side somewhere, I think. There, oh no, it's a green one, that, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. It was quite a while ago, all this. But yeah, fast forwarding through this because it's the safety car bit and it's a bit boring. But, point to note, right, in the safety car situation, the safety car is there to bunch up the entire crew to give the marshals time to work. Now, look ahead on the track here. At some point of the circuit, you can probably see 7 or 8 cars because we're all bunched together. We're all in single file, we're all maintaining a particular speed, and there's the yellows on the right hand side, and we're meant to form a long crocodile so that when the last car passes, the marshals have got a couple of minutes of not worrying about the train coming through. Now, it got a bit messy here because we're under safety car, but the pit window's just opened, so everyone's going for the pits. Now, I was tempted to drive around this lot and make up a load of track position and then take my 1 minute 90 pit stop on the next lap, but I've been stung with that in the past, whereby I do my extra lap and then the safety car comes in and I end up taking my 90-second pit stop while everyone else is doing race speed. But clearly this is not really a 90-second pit stop because we've just had to stop and queue up at the pit entrance. I've started the timer because I've crossed the line, and I'm thinking, am I even going to find Mark before it's time to set off again? Because it's chaos. You can see cars parked at different angles, 2 or 3 wide, overtaking in the pits. Mark, here he is in the camo gear, he found me a spot, but that car on the right is just about to leave, so I had to be careful not to block them in. All a bit nuts. Let's have a listen to what Mark said.
Safety cars taking over 3 minutes on that. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, in now. Are all the Pumas in? Yeah. Right. He needs to go, I need to be at the line at 15:10.
Okay, so there wasn't actually much conversation with Mark because I only had about 15 seconds sat in the pit lane where I was able to talk to him before it was pretty much time for me to go back out on the circuit. I'm looking at the kitchen timer on the dashboard, looking in my mirrors, trying to make sure no one else is going to be coming along, and when it's time to go, hit the road and then try and sort of modulate the speed because it's quite a trek to the end of the pit lane. You can just see the sign coming up here. I need to hit that on 90 seconds after crossing the other line. Now, of course, we're still under safety car conditions, so let's speed things up, please, Director. Thank you very much. We're going to go and catch the train of cars now. You remember what I was saying earlier about the safety car? It's meant to form a crocodile so that you've got plenty of space. Well, we had about 8 cars, 8 to 9, possibly 10 cars in view last time, and unfortunately the Mazda in front doesn't seem to be realising that you need to catch the train of cars, so the gaps are much wider. Now this is the start of the race again, and well, look how big the gaps are between us all. And I know I could have been closer to the Mazda in front, so I guess I'm as guilty as everyone else. But we really need to work on this, because look how far those other 2 cars are up in the distance. You know, that's all ground that we've given away for absolutely nothing. We've made it a bit more dangerous for the marshals, and we've done our own advantages a disservice. Sorry, that was completely poor English. As was that. We've basically done ourselves over. And there was no reason for it, but it happens, and to tell the truth, it really made very little difference to me, my race and my result. As you can see here, the track is still pretty slippy. I'm not going particularly quickly. You can see the Mazda squirreling in front of me. Bit of spray coming up onto the windscreen. I don't know what Thruxton's like for this, but my my understanding, or from this experience anyway, is that it does not drain at all. I don't think it had actually been raining at any point during the race, but the water that had settled on the surface just didn't seem to go anywhere. And when I'm trying to put my throttle down on a long radius right-hander like this, either if I went in too quick, the back end would step out, or if I put a little bit more steering lock on, we'd just push on and go forward. So I was completely stuck as to how I could find any more pace. So I'm obviously not going to be able to keep up with that Mazda in front. I'm all on my own, so it seems about time to request another fast forward, please, director, because nothing happens between now and the end of the race. There we go. I'll do my best to commentate on this, but is there much point really? I was not having fun in the car. I was not having a good day. The qualifying session in the morning knocked the wind out of me, to be honest. I was actually frightened in the car for the first time in a long time. Just unpredictability, not being able to see the leaders coming through with the spray, not being able to remember my braking point from the lap before because I'm on a different line this time, braking at a different point entirely, at a different speed, under different blah 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 blah. It was all just too much, and I was not enjoying it in any way, shape or form. In actual fact, you see the blue and yellow Puma that just flew past? That was Luke Johnson on his way to claim the win. I think that's the first time I've been lapped in the Puma Cup. That's how bad I was. And it wasn't just Luke that got past me. Jamie did, Gareth did, and John did. So all of the other Pumas managed to pull a lap on me. But, you know, there's no consolation in this whatsoever. John Bolt in the blue Puma, sky blue Puma, he's had no luck at all. If you look ahead, you can just see him in the barrier there and moving over to the left-hand side. There he is. I didn't get a chance to catch up with John afterwards, but I saw from some other video that he basically locked up and went straight on under braking and ended up in the tyre barrier. I hope he manages to get things sorted with the car fairly soon, because he's a nice guy. He's been doing the Puma Cup for a long time, and it'd be a shame if he called it a day for the season. We've still got a few races left, John. I hope you manage to get things fixed and back out on track with us. Right, so yeah, there's the end of the race. I just see the guy waving the checkered flag. There goes Mad Petal, lapping me again. That was it. Thruxton, done. I pretty much drove straight back to the paddock, put the car onto the trailer, and got the hell out of there. There's your result. Thanks for watching. I'll always put the videos up no matter how bad things are, because it's rough with the smooth, and it's all about honesty and keeping it real in that respect. So thank you for watching. Next up is Anglesey, the 24-hour race, and Mark Chappell's day debut, if that makes sense. I don't know when the video will be up, but keep your eyes posted, and we'll see you there. Thanks very much. Bye.